Welcome back to Who Died Today USA channel. In the past few days, we have received somber news about the passing of extraordinary talents. Today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Additionally, we will recap the stars we have recently lost. Before we begin, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. David Lynch, the enigmatic filmmaker whose haunting visions forever altered the landscape of cinema and television, has passed away at the age of 78. His family confirmed the news, marking the end of an era for a true pioneer of surrealist storytelling. Born in 1946 in Missoula, Montana, Lynch's journey into the shadows of the human mind began against the backdrop of small-town America, landscapes that would later become the unsettling canvas for his most iconic works. His childhood, by his own account, was filled with love and stability, yet his artistic imagination always wandered toward the hidden fractures beneath the surface. Lynch's debut feature, Eraserhead, 1977, emerged from years of personal struggle and artistic isolation, capturing a vision so disturbingly original that it became an underground sensation. That film paved the way for The Elephant Man, 1980, a masterful balance of heartache and humanity, earning him critical acclaim and multiple Academy Award nominations. His restless spirit, however, never sought comfort in convention. After the commercial disappointment of Dune, 1984, Lynch delivered Blue Velvet, 1986, a film that peered into suburbia's pristine facade to reveal its violent, erotic underbelly. With Twin Peaks, 1990, and Mulholland Drive, 2001, he shattered the boundaries between television, cinema, and dreams, crafting narratives that perplexed, disturbed, and fascinated millions. Behind the camera, Lynch grappled with his own contradictions, a gentle, introspective man who conjured some of cinema's most terrifying imagery. In later years, his devotion to transcendental meditation became a source of clarity, helping him, as he said, quiet the storm inside. Though his health declined after being diagnosed with emphysema in 2024, Lynch remained a beacon of creativity, his legacy woven into the fabric of modern storytelling. His films, much like his life, rarely offered neat conclusions, only questions, layered meanings, and the quiet understanding that beauty and darkness often coexist. David Lynch is survived by his wife, Emily Stoffel, his 4 children, and generations of artists and dreamers inspired by his singular vision. Roberta Flack's rise to musical greatness was far from effortless. Born in North Carolina and raised in Virginia, her extraordinary gift for music earned her a full scholarship to Howard University at just 15, a rare accomplishment, especially for a young black woman in 1950s America. Her ambition was clear: to be a concert pianist, mastering Bach and Schumann. But even with talent, Flack faced an industry defined by exclusion. Discouraged from pursuing classical music, Flack adapted, teaching music by day and performing in Washington, D.C. clubs by night. Behind the piano, her voice emerged, soft, deliberate, full of vulnerability. Her breakthrough came unexpectedly when Clint Eastwood featured her delicate version of The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face in Play Misty for Me, 1971. Suddenly, the world leaned in. But success came with its trials. In a time when singer-songwriters dominated, Flack, an interpreter of others' words, often faced dismissal. Still, she persisted, crafting her songs with precision, turning Killing Me Softly with his song into a cultural anthem. Tragedy also shaped her journey. Her creative partner Donny Hathaway's death in 1979 left an irreplaceable void. Yet, Flack never surrendered to grief. She found refuge in music, breaking genre boundaries, blending soul, jazz, and classical traditions, always true to her quiet, introspective style. Reflecting later, Flack admitted, "Music is my home. It's how I survive the world." Breaking news: over 250 million records sold, 5 Grammy Awards, 2 record-breaking Las Vegas residencies, generating nearly $1 billion. And yet today, global icon Celine Dion is facing a battle that no fame or fortune can shield her from: a rare neurological illness threatening the very instrument that made her a legend, her voice. But behind the staggering statistics lies an even more extraordinary story. A tale of perseverance, sacrifice, and relentless ambition that transformed a shy girl from small-town Quebec into one of the most celebrated performers in modern music history. The question on everyone's mind: can the woman with the most powerful voice in pop find her way back to the stage when her own body is fighting her every note? Born on March 30th, 1968, in the humble town of Charlesson, Quebec, Celine Marie Claudette Dion was the youngest of 14 children in a tight-knit, music-loving family. Her parents operated a modest piano bar where money was scarce, but melodies filled the air. It was there, among the laughter and song, that young Celine first discovered her gift, a crystalline voice with a range and purity that defied her age. By the age of 12, her talent had already begun to outshine the local bars of Quebec. Her brother Michel, recognizing the spark of something greater, sent a demo tape to renowned music manager René Angelil. Little did they know that cassette would alter the course of music history. René, captivated by the raw emotion in Celine's voice, believed so deeply in her potential that he remortgaged his house to fund her first album. Throughout the 1980s, Celine became a household name in Canada and parts of Europe, dazzling audiences with her French-language albums like La Voix du Bon Dieu and Tellement j'ai d'amour. Her success in the francophone world was undeniable, but Celine's dream burned brighter. She yearned for global recognition, for the world stage. Yet, her journey beyond French-speaking borders would not come easy. Determined to transcend language barriers, Celine made the bold decision to temporarily withdraw from performing to focus on mastering English, a daunting task for a young artist already established in her native tongue. But true to her reputation for discipline and grit, she poured herself into language lessons, refining her diction and preparing to introduce herself to the international music scene. The gamble paid off. In 1990, at just 22 years old, Celine released her first English-language album, Unison. The record blended pop and soft rock influences, signaling a new era for the Canadian star. Its lead single, Where Does My Heart Beat Now, climbed the Billboard Hot 100, marking her breakthrough in the fiercely competitive American market. What followed was a meteoric rise few artists ever experience. In 1991, her duet with Peabo Bryson, Beauty and the Beast, from Disney's animated masterpiece, became a cultural phenomenon. The song earned an Academy Award and a Grammy, showcasing not only Celine's astonishing vocal prowess, but her ability to breathe emotion into every lyric. Building on that momentum, Celine released The Color of My Love in 1993. The album's success was unprecedented, driven by global chart toppers like The Power of Love and Think Twice. Her sweeping ballads, technical precision, and ability to convey vulnerability through song set her apart in a decade dominated by powerhouse vocalists like Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey. Yet, Celine carved her unique space, a blend of emotional sincerity, bilingual artistry, and an unwavering work ethic. While her career flourished, her personal life blossomed in tandem. Celine and René, whose relationship had deepened beyond artist and manager, publicly declared their love in 1993. Despite a 26-year age difference, their bond became one of the most enduring love stories in show business. Their 1994 wedding in Montreal, was a spectacle worthy of royalty, complete with a bejeweled gown and a towering headpiece, symbolizing both their love and their shared dreams. By the mid-1990s, Celine Dion was not just a star. She was a global institution. Her 1996 album, Falling Into You, dominated charts worldwide, winning Album of the Year at the Grammy Awards and cementing her as one of the best-selling artists on the planet. That same year, she took the world stage once more, performing at the opening ceremony of the Atlanta Olympic Games before a global audience of billions. But nothing would compare to the cultural tidal wave of My Heart Will Go On. Recorded for James Cameron's epic film, Titanic, the haunting ballad almost never happened. Celine was initially reluctant to record the song, fearing it did not align with her artistic vision. But fate intervened. The demo recording, captured in a single take, became the final version that would sweep across continents, topping charts in over 20 countries and earning yet another Academy Award and Grammy. The song not only solidified her status as an unparalleled vocalist, but intertwined her legacy with one of cinema's most beloved films. For millions, Celine's voice became the emotional anchor of Jack and Rose's timeless love story, echoing long after the credits rolled. At the height of her fame, Celine embraced an ambitious new chapter: Las Vegas. In 2003, she launched A New Day at Caesar's Palace, a spectacle that redefined the city's entertainment landscape. Over 5 years and more than 700 performances, she sold nearly 3 million tickets, transforming Las Vegas residencies from fading acts to career milestones for top-tier artists. Her shows combined theatrical grandeur with vocal mastery, proving night after night why she remained untouchable. Offstage, Celine faced challenges with characteristic grace. Years of longing for motherhood finally culminated in the birth of her first son, René Charles, in 2001, followed by twins Nelson and Eddie in 2010. Balancing motherhood with her demanding career, Celine often brought her family along on tours, sharing her world with them behind the scenes. Her passion extended beyond music. Celine's flair for fashion became legendary. Her love of haute couture, extravagant shoes, and bold red carpet statements turned heads worldwide. Whether dazzling at the Met Gala or opting for understated elegance, she embodied reinvention with every appearance, yet life's greatest trials lay ahead. In 1999, René faced a devastating cancer diagnosis. Celine, at the pinnacle of her career, stepped away from the spotlight to care for him. Though his health temporarily improved, the battle returned in 2013, testing their resilience once more. In 2016, after decades of unwavering partnership, René's passing marked a profound loss both personally and professionally. But even in grief, Celine found strength. She returned to the stage mere weeks later, honoring his legacy with performances that blended heartbreak and hope, reminding the world of her indomitable spirit. But just as the world anticipated her next triumphant chapter, an unexpected, life-altering diagnosis emerged. In late 2022, Celine revealed she had been diagnosed with stiff person syndrome, a rare neurological disorder causing uncontrollable muscle spasms, stiffness, and mobility issues. The illness compromised her ability to perform, forcing her to cancel tours and withdraw from public life. For an artist whose existence revolved around vocal perfection and electrifying live shows, the condition was a cruel twist of fate. Fans worldwide expressed heartbreak, but also admiration for her vulnerability and courage in sharing her struggles openly. Despite the physical limitations, Celine's unwavering spirit shines through. Public sightings, though rare, reveal her determination. Whether supporting her son at a hockey game or sharing moments with family, she exudes quiet strength. Her 3 sons remain her source of hope and motivation. René Charles, now pursuing his own music career, embodies her legacy of passion and excellence. The twins, still in their formative years, carry the joyful energy that Celine so fiercely protects. Across 5 decades, Celine Dion's impact is undeniable. Over 250 million records sold, more than 15 global tours, 2 groundbreaking Las Vegas residencies, 5 Grammy Awards, and an enduring catalog of ballads that defined a generation. Songs like Because You Loved Me, It's All Coming Back to Me Now, and All by Myself continue to resonate, proof that even as stages grow quiet, her influence remains thunderous. Her life mirrors the arc of her music, sweeping, emotional, marked by soaring highs and heartbreaking lows. From her modest beginnings to global superstardom, Celine's story is a testament to ambition, perseverance, and love. Today, while health battles may silence her voice temporarily, her legacy endures beyond the stage. Millions still find solace, strength, and inspiration in her music, and her journey reminds us all that even the greatest stars face human struggles. But make no mistake, Celine Dion's story is far from over. The world waits, hopeful, for the moment when the stage lights rise, the music swells, and that unmistakable voice, fragile yet fierce, soars once again. If Celine's music has ever touched your heart, share your memories below. Which song carried you through a moment of joy, pain, or triumph? Let us know your favorite Celine anthem, and do not forget to subscribe, because legends like Celine Dion, their heart and their legacy will always go on. Michelle Trachtenberg's life in the spotlight began with wide-eyed wonder, but unfolded through layers of challenge and quiet resilience. From her breakout at just 9 years old in Nickelodeon's The Adventures of Pete and Pete, to her iconic turn as Harriet the Spy, she quickly became the face of a generation navigating childhood curiosity. Yet behind the bright lights came the complexities of growing up under public scrutiny. As Dawn Summers in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Trachtenberg stepped into a world of fan expectations and harsh criticism. "Most haters don't say it to your face," she once joked, brushing off negativity with the sharp wit that defined her off-screen persona. But fame's demands ran deeper. Her portrayal of the manipulative Georgina Sparks on Gossip Girl showcased her range, but privately, health battles loomed. A recent liver transplant, followed by visible frailty, revealed a more vulnerable side hidden beneath the red carpet appearances. Those close to her understood both her strength and her struggles. She was fiercely intelligent, howlingly funny, but carried more than most people ever knew, shared Buffy co-star James Marsters. Rosie O'Donnell, her on-screen mentor from Harriet the Spy, reflected simply, "She struggled, and I wish I could have helped." Despite public doubts and private battles, Trachtenberg never stopped embracing the complicated beauty of her journey, one that reminds us how easily the world forgets that behind the fame there is always fragility. Ruth Buzzi, the beloved comedian and actress whose unforgettable characters left an indelible mark on American television, has passed away at the age of 88. She died peacefully at her Texas home after a lengthy battle with Alzheimer's disease, her family confirmed. Born in Westerly, Rhode Island in 1936 and raised in Connecticut, Buzzi's artistic spirit was shaped early, surrounded by her father's stone sculptures and small-town values. At just 17, she left for California to study at the prestigious Pasadena Playhouse, determined to carve her own place in the entertainment world. Her big break came with national television appearances in The Gary Moore Show and The Steve Allen Comedy Hour, where her flair for quirky, defiant characters stood out. But it was her role as Gladys Ormsby, the scowling, handbag-wielding spinster on Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, that made Buzzy a household name. Gladys, often underestimated, became an unexpected feminist symbol. Gladys speaks for everyone who's been overlooked or reduced to a joke, Buzzy once shared, hinting at her deep understanding of societal undercurrents beneath the humor. Buzzy appeared in all 6 seasons of Laugh-In, 1968 to 1973, earning 5 Emmy nominations and a Golden Globe, cementing her place in comedy history. Off-screen, her humility remained intact. "I never assumed I deserved more credit than anyone else," she reflected, grateful simply to work as an actor. Her career spanned over 4 decades, with memorable appearances on Sesame Street, the Dean Martin Celebrity Roasts, Broadway's Sweet Charity, and films like Freaky Friday. She also lent her distinctive voice to beloved animated series, endearing herself to generations of fans. In later years, as illness quieted her performances, Buzzy remained active on social media, sharing sharp-witted remarks that reflected her enduring spirit. Her passing leaves behind a legacy of resilience, laughter, and boundary-breaking humor. Ruth Buzzy is survived by her husband of 47 years, Kent Perkins, and countless admirers who found both strength and joy in her work. Who would have thought a small-town boy nicknamed Winky would become the face of American game shows? Wink Martindale's journey from humble Tennessee radio booths to the homes of millions was fueled by resilience, charisma, and a deep love for broadcasting. Born Winston Conrad Martindale in 1933, he defied expectations from the start. At just 17, with only a smooth voice and ambition, he earned his first radio job for $25 a week, never imagining his name would one day be etched into entertainment history. In Memphis, he quickly became a rising star, hosting radio shows, captivating children's TV audiences, and arranging one of rock and roll's pivotal moments, Elvis Presley's first radio interview. That moment marked not only a musical revolution, but a lifelong friendship rooted in Southern grit. Martindale's rise to game show royalty wasn't handed to him. Breaking into the competitive Los Angeles television scene meant rejection, hard work, and patience. But his persistence paid off. Tic-tac-toe, Gambit, High Rollers. His name became synonymous with approachable humor and television's golden age. Even as his fame grew, Martindale stayed grounded, reflecting, "I never dreamed a kid called Winky from Jackson would end up here. But dreams have a funny way of chasing you when you work hard enough." Could a man born in the shadow of radio legends ever forge his own path on stage and screen? Tony Roberts proved it was possible. Born into a household of iconic voices, his father, Ken Roberts, was a famed radio announcer. Tony Roberts seemed destined for the spotlight, yet the path was never easy. Despite his early fascination with acting, his family, including Citizen Kane actors Everett Sloane and Paul Stewart, discouraged his ambitions. But Roberts, driven by a deep love for performance, persisted. His journey began modestly, replacing roles in Broadway plays and often standing in the wings, waiting for opportunity. A twist of fate, an understudy's injury during Barefoot in the Park, gave Roberts his first major break. He often remarked, "His break was my big break," reflecting on how luck meets preparation. Though he exuded suave confidence on stage, behind the scenes, Roberts wrestled with self-doubt, confessing to struggling with auditions. Yet his persistence paid off, notably earning the respect of Woody Allen after multiple failed tryouts. Their collaboration spanned 6 films, including the Oscar-winning Annie Hall, where Roberts's composed persona perfectly contrasted Allen's neurotic energy. His stage legacy flourished with over 20 Broadway productions, from Sugar to Victor Victoria, showcasing his versatility and resilience. Despite professional acclaim, Roberts never masked his vulnerability, once admitting, "I envied Woody's genius, but we each carry burdens the other wouldn't want." Leslie Charlesson, the beloved face of General Hospital, carved an extraordinary path that spanned nearly 5 decades, defined by both triumph and quiet resilience. Born in Kansas City in 1945, Charlesson began her acting journey at just 19, stepping into the world of daytime television with A Flame in the Wind. But it was in 1977, when she was cast as Monica Quartermaine on General Hospital, that she secured her place as a pillar of American television. Stepping into an established role was no easy feat. Charlesson herself often reflected on the cool reception she received from cast and crew after replacing her predecessor. Yet, her unwavering determination, quick wit, and undeniable screen presence gradually won over colleagues and millions of viewers alike. Throughout her tenure, Charlesson's portrayal of Monica was marked by fierce vulnerability, navigating complex family rivalries, personal losses, and surviving life-threatening storylines that mirrored, in part, her own private struggles. Off-screen, she faced years of health setbacks, including debilitating falls that affected her mobility. Yet, despite relying on a walker in later years, she refused to let physical limitations define her spirit. Her dedication earned her 4 Daytime Emmy nominations and the enduring love of fans. She loved the show, the legacy, and above all, the people, a close friend once shared. Even after being reduced to recurring status in 2010, Charlesson remained woven into the heart of General Hospital, a constant presence upstairs at the Quartermaine mansion, much like the steady, dignified mark she left on the world of television. Lynn Hamilton's remarkable career was a testament to quiet resilience and the pursuit of dignity in an industry long resistant to diversity. Born in 1930 in Yazoo City, Mississippi, and raised in Chicago, Hamilton faced the reality of being one of the few black students at the Goodman School of Drama. "There weren't any roles for me," she once recalled, reflecting on the isolation and limited opportunities for black actors in the 1950s. Determined to break barriers, Hamilton honed her craft in community theater and later relocated to New York, making her screen debut in John Cassavetes' landmark film, Shadows, 1959. But the journey was never smooth. Her Broadway appearances, though artistically fulfilling, were short-lived, underscoring the systemic challenges facing black performers on prominent stages. Her true breakthrough came not without persistence. After years of small roles and regional theater, Hamilton captivated national audiences as Donna Harris, Fred Sanford's girlfriend on Sanford and Son. It was more than a role. It was her defiant claim to visibility in primetime television, representing dignity and grace opposite Red Fox's bawdy humor. Equally iconic was her portrayal of Miss Verdi on The Waltons, a role that, with quiet determination, championed literacy and self-worth in marginalized communities. Despite industry limitations, Hamilton never abandoned her principles or her passion for storytelling. For decades, she carried forward narratives often excluded from mainstream screens. Her work, marked by grace under pressure, remains a tribute to those who refuse to be confined by the boundaries of their time. Valerie Mahafi, whose delicate yet striking presence graced both stage and screen for over 5 decades, leaves behind a legacy marked by quiet determination and remarkable versatility. Born in Indonesia, raised across Nigeria, England, and eventually Texas, Mahafi's early life was shaped by constant movement, a backdrop that fueled her deep understanding of complex, often displaced characters. Her professional journey began on the demanding stages of Broadway, where she earned critical recognition in productions like Dracula and Play Memory. Off-Broadway, Mahafi's performances in Top Girls and Talking Heads revealed her as a master of layered, introspective roles, earning her 2 prestigious Obie Awards. But it was television that brought Mahafi into the homes and hearts of millions. Her portrayal of Eve, the charmingly neurotic hypochondriac in Northern Exposure, won her the 1992 Emmy for Outstanding Supporting Actress, a testament to her rare ability to balance vulnerability with humor. Yet behind that acclaim lay quiet struggles, navigating the competitive industry, often typecast, and carrying the weight of being an actress whose nuanced talents were sometimes overlooked by mainstream audiences. In later years, roles in Desperate Housewives, Young Sheldon, and Dead to Me showcased her resilience and adaptability, even as she faced personal battles, including her recent fight with cancer. Friends recall her unwavering professionalism and gentle humor, even during treatment. Reflecting on her craft, Mahafi once shared, "I gravitate toward characters who don't quite fit. Maybe because I never felt I completely belonged anywhere. But in those characters, I found my voice." Her artistry was quiet but profound, a mirror for anyone who's ever felt out of place, yet refused to stop searching for their moment. Lar Park. Lincoln's path in Hollywood was never paved with ease. It was carved with grit, loss, and a deep love for her craft. From her breakout as the telekinetic Tina Shepard in Friday the 13th Part 7, Lar became more than a scream queen. She was a symbol of quiet strength and vulnerability. That film didn't just showcase her on screen, it exposed her resilience off screen in an industry that often underestimated women with depth. Her role as Linda Fairgate on Knots Landing revealed another layer. Sharp, complicated, unapologetically bold. Yet behind the scenes, Lar faced personal battles far greater than scripted drama. The devastating loss of her husband, her own battle with cancer. These were the moments that shaped her legacy beyond television. But Lar refused to fade. She turned pain into purpose, building actors' audition studios, guiding young actors with honesty shaped by decades of hard-earned experience. "I know how tough this world is," she often told them, not as a warning, but as a promise that perseverance mattered. Her journey was full of highs, heartbreak, and hard lessons. Through it all, Lar Park Lincoln never stopped fighting, for roles, for respect, for her health, and in doing so left behind not just a career, but an unshakable mark on everyone who crossed her path. Denise Alexander's remarkable journey through the entertainment industry spanned nearly 8 decades, marked by resilience, reinvention, and undeniable passion. Beginning as a child actress on radio at the age of 6, Alexander quickly embraced the unpredictable world of performance, navigating its uncertainties with quiet determination. Though she made over 5,000 radio and 500 television appearances early in her career, true recognition arrived in the 1960s when she transitioned to daytime television. Her breakthrough as Susan Hunter Martin on Days of Our Lives not only showcased her versatility, but exposed her to the harsh realities of contract disputes and professional instability, which momentarily threatened her future in acting. It was her iconic role as Dr. Leslie Weber on General Hospital that cemented her status as a daytime television pioneer. Stepping into the role in 1973, Alexander portrayed one of the first female doctors on daytime TV, a position that carried both cultural weight and personal responsibility. Behind the scenes, she weathered the pressure of sustaining ratings and faced public backlash when her character was controversially written off in 1984. Yet, Alexander's love for her craft and connection to her audience prevailed. In 1996, defying soap opera conventions, Leslie Weber returned from the dead, a poetic reflection of Alexander's own tenacity. Through each challenge, from industry politics to personal sacrifices, Alexander's unwavering dedication to storytelling shone through. Her presence on General Hospital for nearly 5 decades is a testament to both her artistic endurance and the profound bond she forged with millions of viewers. Alice Herson's remarkable career spanned more than 6 decades, marked by perseverance, versatility, and quiet determination to overcome industry barriers. Born in Brooklyn in 1929, Herson's early passion for the stage led her to graduate from the prestigious American Academy of Dramatic Arts, though the road ahead would be anything but easy. In the male-dominated television landscape of the 1960s and 70s, Herson carved her niche through relentless work in daytime dramas, including The Edge of Night, Another World, and One Life to Live. Yet behind each role was the constant uncertainty of the acting profession, a reality Herson confronted with resilience. There was always that feeling, she once confided to colleagues, that you had to prove your worth again with every audition. Her breakthrough came later in life with Dallas, where her portrayal of Mavis Anderson earned her recognition as a steady presence amidst the show's high-stakes drama. But perhaps her most emotionally complex role arrived with Ellen, where she embodied Lois Morgan, a mother struggling to accept her daughter's identity, a role that, in 1997, reflected societal tensions far beyond the screen. For Herson, acting was not mere performance. It was, as she expressed privately, a mirror to human contradictions: love, resistance, fear, and ultimately, acceptance. Even after experiencing personal loss with the passing of her husband, actor Stephen Elliott, she remained a symbol of quiet strength on screen. Alice Herson's journey reminds us that fame is fleeting, but sincerity and craft leave a lasting imprint. For nearly 6 decades, Wings Hauser embodied the spirit of an artist who refused to surrender to the odds. Born into a Hollywood family, the son of Academy Award-winning writer Dwight Hauser, Wings never relied on legacy alone. His journey was one of perseverance, reinvention, and unwavering passion for the craft. His breakout came in 1977 on The Young and the Restless, where he stepped into the role of Greg Foster, a character that would etch his name into soap opera history. But fame never shielded him from the struggles. Hauser navigated the unpredictable tides of the entertainment world, facing rejection, typecasting, and the brutal reality of an industry known for favoring the fleeting over the steadfast. Yet, Wings' gritty determination defined him. He brought intensity to every role, from the ruthless Ramrod in Vice Squad, 1982, to countless appearances across beloved series like Magnum, P.I., Beverly Hills, 90210, and Murder, She Wrote. His career was not marked by ease but by an honest love for storytelling, the kind that resonates with those who have weathered life's storms. Privately, Hauser understood the cost of longevity in Hollywood. In his later years, he poured his energy into mentoring, co-creating a documentary Working-Class Actor, a reflection of his hard-won wisdom. To his son Cole Hauser, now a star in Yellowstone, his message was simple yet hard-earned. Persist until you succeed. Wings Hauser's journey wasn't gilded. It was real, raw, and above all, deeply human. Mark Dobies, remembered by many for his compelling roles in American daytime television, carved a career that reflected both ambition and quiet resilience. Born in Philadelphia in 1959, Doby's early life revolved around athletics. A football scholarship at Delaware Valley University marked his first brush with public recognition, yet his true passion emerged far from the field, on stage and screen. His breakthrough came with Guiding Light, 2000 to 2001, where he portrayed Dr. Noah Chase, navigating both complex storylines and the high expectations of longtime viewers. Yet, it was his daring role as District Attorney Daniel Colson on One Life to Live, 2003 to 2005, that showcased his range. The character's closeted identity and morally fraught decisions, including a dramatic murder plotline, demanded emotional nuance. Dobies embraced the challenge, despite the scrutiny, saying in a 2004 interview, "They offered me a juicy role. It's a lot of work, but I'm having a good time." Parallel to his television work, Dobies found profound fulfillment on stage. His portrayal of Bruce Niles in the off-Broadway revival of The Normal Heart, 2004, placed him at the heart of a production praised for its raw honesty on the AIDS crisis. Dobies spoke with humility about the experience, marveling at the audience's reception, yet always deflecting praise to his castmates and the script. Off-screen, Dobies transitioned to personal training, driven by a desire to help others, a reflection of his lifelong discipline and empathy. His journey was one of persistence, from athlete to actor, from daytime drama to socially charged theater, facing each new role and the industry's uncertainties with quiet determination. Pamela Bach-Hasselhoff's career was a journey marked by ambition, resilience, and undeniable talent, though it was not without profound challenges. Rising to prominence in the 1980s, Bach built her reputation through roles in popular television series such as The Young and the Restless, The Fall Guy, and T.J. Hooker. Yet, it was her role as Kay Morgan on Baywatch, alongside then-husband David Hasselhoff, that cemented her place in television history. Behind the glamour, Bach navigated the complex reality of working within an industry notorious for its instability, especially for women striving to maintain visibility over decades. Transitioning from small guest roles to a major recurring character on Baywatch was not simply luck. It was the result of relentless dedication and a willingness to prove herself repeatedly. Despite sharing the screen with her husband, Bach carved out her own identity in the ensemble cast, portraying a strong, independent woman in a male-dominated storyline. Off-screen, the challenges compounded. The dissolution of her marriage in 2006 was highly publicized, followed by years of legal disputes over spousal support. These struggles, paired with the pressures of maintaining public life, weighed heavily. Still, Bach maintained her connection to fans, finding joy in family, especially the arrival of her grandchild. Her final years, though marked by personal battles, reflected the quiet perseverance of a woman who, despite fame's fleeting nature, never abandoned her passion for performance or her role as a devoted mother. Her story is a poignant reminder that behind every screen icon lies a complex, deeply human journey. Joe Marinelli's journey in the entertainment industry was marked by resilience, quiet determination, and a deep love for his craft. Born in Connecticut in 1957, Marinelli's early years were grounded in humble beginnings. Though his path led him to prestigious institutions like Loyola Marymount University and the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, the road to recognition was anything but easy. Before audiences came to know his face, Marinelli worked as a carpenter to support himself while chasing acting dreams under the bright but often unforgiving lights of Los Angeles. His breakthrough came not through overnight fame, but through steady, nuanced performances across countless television productions. His portrayal of Bunny Tagliotti, the cross-dressing mobster in Santa Barbara, remains one of daytime television's boldest character choices, a role he embraced despite the controversy, driven by his belief in portraying layered, human stories. Marinelli's time on General Hospital as Joseph Sorrell, and later The Morning Show, further cemented his reputation as a dependable, versatile actor, often quietly stealing scenes with understated brilliance. But behind the camera, Marinelli battled immense personal challenges, including a lengthy fight with throat and stomach cancer. His colleagues recall not just his talent, but his profound warmth, his philosophical reflections, and his unshakable belief in the greatness of the human adventure. For Marinelli, the journey was never about fame. It was about art, resilience, and connecting with audiences through truth. His career stands as a testament to perseverance in an industry where recognition often comes last. Chris Robinson's journey through the entertainment industry was nothing short of remarkable. a story shaped by talent, resilience, and the ever-changing tides of fame. Born in Florida in 1938, Robinson's fascination with performance ignited early, leading him from humble, uncredited roles in the 1950s to become one of daytime television's most recognized faces. His breakout came with 12 O'Clock High, portraying World War II bomber pilot Sandy Kamansky, a role that not only showcased his depth, but reflected his own sense of discipline and grit. But it was as Dr. Rick Weber on General Hospital that Robinson etched his name into television history. For nearly a decade, audiences watched him navigate the complexities of love, family, and loss, often blurring the line between character and self. Ironically, while he declared in a famous Vicks commercial, "I'm not a doctor, but I play one on TV," it was that very role that brought him both admiration and controversy. Behind the scenes, life was far from scripted perfection. Legal battles over tax evasion in the 1980s tested his resolve, forcing him to confront public scrutiny and professional setbacks. Yet, Robinson's return to the bold and the beautiful, and his work as an independent filmmaker, revealed an enduring creative spirit, one not easily broken by personal missteps or industry obstacles. Through success and scandal, Chris Robinson remained an emblem of perseverance, driven by an actor's unwavering belief in transformation, both on screen and within himself. Jack Betts, the prolific character actor whose career spanned stage, television, and cinema, leaves behind a legacy shaped by perseverance and reinvention. Born in New Jersey and raised in Miami, Betts discovered his passion for acting after watching Laurence Olivier's Wuthering Heights. But the path to recognition was never linear for him. After refining his craft at the University of Miami and the Actors Studio, Betts found his footing on Broadway in Richard III and Sweet Bird of Youth, only to pivot to European cinema when mainstream Hollywood seemed elusive. Under the pseudonym Hunt Powers, he carved out a niche in the gritty world of spaghetti westerns, a period that tested his endurance as he navigated language barriers and the harsh conditions of international film sets. Despite these hurdles, Betts' unwavering belief in his artistry carried him forward. His return to American television brought roles on General Hospital, Seinfeld, and Frasier, yet it was his understated yet pivotal role as Henry Balkin in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, 2002, that cemented his place in modern pop culture. Throughout his journey, Betts balanced mainstream visibility with personal fulfillment, including writing and starring in his play screen test, Take One. Even in his later years, he remained a mentor within the theater community, quietly encouraging young actors facing the same uncertainties he once did. Bruce French, a distinguished figure of American theater and television, dedicated over 5 decades to the craft of acting, navigating both acclaim and quiet perseverance. Born in Iowa, the son of an undertaker, French's early life was far removed from the stage. Yet his calling emerged after serving in the U.S. Army during the Vietnam War, leading him to pursue acting at NYU's Tisch School of the Arts, a path marked not by ease, but by steadfast conviction. His career spanned over 150 credits, though French often occupied the shadows of leading men, embodying supporting characters with rare humanity. His portrayal of Father Lonigan, the blind priest with haunting foresight in the soap opera Passions, remains his most iconic role, resonating deeply with audiences for nearly a decade. Off-screen, French carried a priest's collar to auditions, a quiet symbol of his pragmatic understanding of typecasting, but also of his subtle humor amidst the industry's challenges. Beyond television, his stage work, notably in Samuel Beckett's Waiting for Godot, reflected a deep reverence for complex, often somber narratives. Though success in Hollywood can be elusive, French's colleagues recall not only his immense talent, but his humility, the enduring kindness behind the curtain. Diagnosed with Alzheimer's in later years, French faced his final chapter with the same quiet dignity that defined his career. His life was not shaped by headlines, but by a profound commitment to storytelling, a legacy etched not in fame, but in the hearts of those who shared his artistic journey. Peter Navyosapo's journey in the entertainment industry was marked by resilience, pride, and cultural legacy. Born in San Pedro, California, with Polynesian roots, Peter initially pursued football before shifting his focus to acting, a transition that came with its own share of uncertainties and stereotypes for a man of his heritage. Breaking through in 1991 with the film Necessary Roughness, Peter embraced the role of Manumana, the gentle giant, showcasing his natural charisma and comedic timing. But it was his portrayal of E. Honda in the 1994 cult classic Street Fighter that cemented his presence in pop culture, a proud moment for an actor representing Pacific Islander identity in a major franchise. Despite these successes, Peter's career wasn't without obstacles. He navigated an industry where roles for Polynesian actors were rare and often confined to clichés. Yet he persisted, bringing authenticity to every character, whether in small parts in The Fast and the Furious, The Scorpion King, or beloved TV series like NCIS, Magnum P.I., and The Young and the Restless, where he played Koa with quiet dignity. His television role as Kaleo in Hawaii reflected his commitment to telling stories rooted in his heritage. Off-screen, Peter's deep love for his family and community remained his true legacy. Colleagues admired his kindness and humility, while fans remember his smile, strength, and the pride he carried for paving the way for Polynesian representation. Pamela Solo's journey through Hollywood reflects the quiet resilience of an actress who carved her place in one of the most competitive eras of television. Born in 1950, Solo emerged in the early 1970s, a period when female roles in entertainment were often limited and fleeting. Against that backdrop, her ability to secure a recurring part on the iconic soap opera The Young and the Restless was both rare and hard-won. Portraying Peggy Brooks from 1973 to 1984, Solo became part of the foundation of a show that would grow into a television institution. Yet behind the steady presence on screen, there were signs of personal and professional challenges. Her role was temporarily recast in the late 1970s, a moment that likely reflected health concerns or the intense demands of daytime television, where relentless shooting schedules tested even the most dedicated actors. Beyond the soap opera world, Solo's appearances in beloved series such as Happy Days and The Partridge Family captured her versatility and quiet determination to remain relevant in a notoriously fickle industry. While these roles were smaller, they allowed her to stay connected to the public, embracing projects that resonated with audiences across generations. What endures from her journey is not only her work on screen, but the warmth and humility she brought to her life off-camera. Friends describe her as a woman of great spirit, grounded and approachable, far from the stereotypical image of Hollywood glamour. Solo's story is one of perseverance, navigating fame's volatility while holding on to authenticity, a legacy that speaks gently but powerfully to all who knew her. Francisco San Martin's acting journey reflects the complexities of ambition, cultural identity, and the unseen struggles behind fame. Born in Mallorca, Spain, and raised in Montana, San Martin's early years were a unique blend of European roots and American upbringing, an experience that shaped both his artistry and personal challenges. He began performing in children's theater in Montana, finding early solace in storytelling. But it wasn't until his family returned to Spain that San Martin explored the world of modeling and stage performance, unlocking a passion for acting that would define his future. His return to the U.S. marked a determined pursuit of success, in an industry where roles for Hispanic and European actors were often narrowly defined. San Martin's breakthrough came with Days of Our Lives, 2010 to 2011, where he portrayed Dario Hernandez, a character whose complex arc mirrored the ambiguity of his own journey, from misunderstood outsider to investigator. Yet the momentum of early success also brought pressure. Short stints on shows like The Bold and the Beautiful and Jane the Virgin added to his resume, but the transient nature of television work highlighted the precariousness of an acting career. Despite appearing in notable projects, including Steven Soderbergh's Behind the Candelabra, San Martin faced the quiet battles many actors endure: fleeting recognition, professional uncertainty, and personal isolation beneath the surface of achievement. His unexpected passing at 39 is a somber reminder of those invisible struggles. His journey speaks to the determination of a man who crossed continents to follow his dream, and to the need for compassion beyond the spotlight. Felicia Bayer's remarkable career in television was defined by perseverance, quiet resilience, and an unwavering dedication to storytelling. Born on Long Island in 1942, Bayer's entry into the entertainment world was humble, starting as a secretary at CBS in 1960. Yet her ambition carried her beyond administrative roles, allowing her to contribute to legendary programs like The Jackie Gleason Show and The Ed Sullivan Show. Her true professional challenges and triumphs emerged with daytime television. As an associate producer, she helped launch All My Children in 1970, navigating the complexities of a male-dominated industry and the evolving landscape of soap operas. Her rise to executive producer on Ryan's Hope in the 1980s, and later her celebrated return to All My Children, exemplified not only her creative vision, but her ability to lead under intense production pressures. Guiding All My Children to multiple daytime Emmy wins, Bayer faced the constant challenge of keeping long-running series relevant to passionate audiences. Her tenure as senior vice president of ABC Daytime during declining soap ratings tested her resolve. Yet, colleagues recall her unflappable presence, a leader who trusted her team and never let crisis overshadow the work. Behind her professional success lay quiet sacrifices, especially as she battled the gender expectations of her time. Her work in teaching and international production later in life reflected her enduring belief in nurturing the next generation of storytellers. Tragically, her final years were marked by a private, courageous fight with brain cancer, a testament to her lifelong grace under pressure. James Houghton's professional path was defined by resilience, reinvention, and a quiet understanding of the industry's fleeting nature. Long before earning his reputation as an award-winning soap opera writer, Houghton knew the unpredictable rhythm of an actor's life. Early in his career, he found stability on The Young and the Restless, portraying Greg Foster from 1973 to 1976. For a young actor still driving worn-out cars and unsure of the next paycheck, that role brought not only recognition but financial certainty, an experience he would never take for granted. Yet even success came with its own challenges. Houghton transitioned to primetime, joining Knots Landing as record producer Kenny Ward. While the show became a fixture of American television, his character was eventually written out, a casualty of shifting storylines and rising stars. Houghton accepted the industry's cold calculus with pragmatism. "There comes a time when you've got to throw some ballast overboard," he once said, reflecting a grounded understanding of fame's impermanence. What set him apart was his ability to evolve. After Knots Landing, Houghton returned to his roots as a writer, shaping narratives behind the scenes for The Young and the Restless and The Bold and the Beautiful. His work earned 4 daytime Emmys, a testament to his enduring connection with audiences and his craft. Privately, Houghton faced a profound battle, a 5-year fight with peritoneal mesothelioma. But even in illness, he remained dedicated to storytelling, to mentorship, and to his family, carrying forward the legacy of perseverance his father, producer Buck Houghton, had instilled in him decades earlier. Breaking news. Today, we dive into the extraordinary life and career of a Hollywood powerhouse whose talent, resilience, and versatility have left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry. Kathy Bates is not just an Oscar-winning actress. She is the embodiment of grit, determination, and artistic brilliance. From commanding the silver screen in psychological thrillers to redefining television drama, her journey has inspired generations. What is your favorite Kathy Bates performance? Share your thoughts in the comments below as we explore the triumphs, challenges, and legacy of this remarkable actress. From the moment Kathy Bates stepped onto a stage, she knew she was home. As she once said in an interview, "The most fun I ever had was pretending. It was like being a kid again, only now, the costumes were better, the scripts were sharper, and the emotions were real." Born on June 28, 1948 in Memphis, Tennessee, Kathleen Doyle Bates was far removed from the glamour of Hollywood. Raised in a traditional Southern household, Kathy spent much of her childhood escaping into imaginary worlds. Her love for performance blossomed early, fueled by school plays and hours of storytelling. After graduating from Southern Methodist University with a degree in theater, Kathy set her sights on New York City, the proving ground for every serious actor. For years, she honed her craft on off-Broadway stages, battling rejection and building her reputation the hard way. Unlike many chasing stardom, Kathy's journey was slow, steady, and fueled by an unwavering dedication to the art of acting. Her first real film opportunity came through an unexpected twist of fate in 1971. Czech director Milos Forman cast her in his first American film, Taking Off, after hearing Kathy perform a song she wrote at age 16. Reflecting on that moment, Kathy shared, "It wasn't glamorous. We got paid $5 a day, but I remember thinking, this is it. This is where I belong." But it would take nearly 2 decades for the world to truly notice her. Through countless plays and minor roles, Kathy built her skills, waiting for the right moment. That moment arrived in 1990 with Misery. The film, based on Stephen King's novel, required a performance both terrifying and vulnerable. Big names like Bette Midler were considered, but director Rob Reiner saw something special in Kathy. Her portrayal of Annie Wilkes, an obsessive fan who imprisons her favorite author, was chilling, layered, and unforgettable. It won her the Academy Award for Best Actress and thrust her into the spotlight. But with fame came unexpected challenges. "What happens after you win an Oscar?" Kathy once joked. "You sit by the phone and wait." Hollywood had a history of sidelining actresses, especially those who didn't fit its narrow beauty standards. But Kathy refused to be boxed in. In 1991, she starred in Fried Green Tomatoes, a film celebrating female friendship and quiet defiance. Her role as Evelyn Couch, a woman rediscovering her strength, resonated deeply with audiences. Off-screen, Kathy admired the bravery behind the story, stating it was ahead of its time, talking about love, friendship, and identity in a way people were still afraid to. The following years showcased her versatility. In 1995, she led Dolores Claiborne, another Stephen King adaptation, portraying a woman worn down by life yet unbreakable. Kathy immersed herself completely, working with movement coaches to perfect the physicality of her character as she aged across decades. In 1997, she boarded the Titanic, literally. As the spirited Molly Brown in James Cameron's historic epic, Kathy brought humor and humanity to one of cinema's grandest productions. The film was a juggernaut, winning 11 Academy Awards. I remember walking onto that set, seeing thousands in costume and thinking, "This isn't a movie, it's time travel," she later recalled. But Kathy's hunger for new challenges never waned. In 1998's Primary Colors, she played political advisor Libby Holden, earning another Oscar nomination. Director Mike Nichols, known for his actor-focused approach, once said of Kathy, "She brings depth where others bring decoration. There's no pretense with her, only truth." Her comedic timing shined in The Waterboy alongside Adam Sandler. Initially skeptical, she was convinced by her niece, a devoted Sandler fan. The film was a runaway success, and Kathy's over-the-top portrayal of Mama Boucher became a pop culture staple. But beneath the accolades, Kathy faced personal battles. In 2003, she was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, a devastating chapter that tested her spirit. She recovered only to face breast cancer in 2012, which resulted in lymphedema, a chronic condition. "I was tired, fed up, angry. I thought I'd never work again," Kathy admitted. But her resilience prevailed. Enter Ryan Murphy's American Horror Story. The anthology series reignited Kathy's career, with her Emmy-winning performance as Madame LaLaurie in Coven captivating new and old fans alike. Over multiple seasons, Kathy portrayed complex, often morally ambiguous women, reminding audiences of her range. Reflecting on that period, Kathy shared, "Ryan Murphy brought me back to life. After the health scares, the cancellations, suddenly, the little girl who loved to play came running back." Her later work reinforced her place among acting royalty. In Clint Eastwood's Richard Jewell, 2019, Kathy portrayed Bobby Jewell, mother of the wrongfully accused security guard from the 1996 Olympics bombing. The role hit close to home. The headlines were brutal. As an actor, a bad review stings, but being falsely condemned, that's unimaginable, Kathy explained. Her performance earned widespread praise, another reminder of her enduring power. Throughout her 50-year career, Kathy Bates has defied convention. In an industry obsessed with youth and image, she forged a different path, one defined by skill, authenticity, and fearless vulnerability. Her accolades are staggering: an Oscar, multiple Emmy Awards, Golden Globes, and over 100 film and television credits. Yet for Kathy, it has never been about the trophies. It's about the work, the characters, the stories. "If I can move someone, make them think, make them feel, then it's worth it," she told Vanity Fair. Her impact extends beyond the screen. Kathy is a vocal advocate for cancer awareness and lymphedema research, turning personal struggle into public service. Her openness about body image, aging, and health challenges has inspired millions to embrace their imperfections and persevere. As co-star Jessica Lange once said, "Kathy Bates doesn't play roles, she transforms. You forget it's her, and that's the mark of greatness." Despite decades in the spotlight, Kathy remains refreshingly grounded. She credits her theater roots, her Southern upbringing, and her tenacity for weathering Hollywood's storms. Her journey is a testament to reinvention, reminding us that success isn't linear, but with talent and courage, it endures. Before we close, we want to hear from you. What's your favorite Kathy Bates moment? Was it the chilling Annie Wilkes, the fearless Molly Brown, or her unforgettable roles in American Horror Story? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, because as Kathy Bates proves, true artistry never fades, and every chapter is worth watching. Thank you for joining us. Stay tuned for more deep dives into the icons who continue to shape our screens and our hearts.